And now can you see the screen?
Sir, we can see.
Okay. So in the last class we finished up to the topic dialysis, right? What is the meaning of dialysis? The process of cleaning the blood of the person.
Cleaning blood of a person. Sir, like by removing the blood from him and again sending it back.
Yeah, we will use some machineries to purify the blood or to remove the waste material present in the blood. Then what is the most common waste material present in the blood? That is the urea. Okay, so to remove this urea from the blood, we'll use the dialysis process. When we'll use it? Whenever the kidney failure is happen, right? Is it the short term plan or the long term solution, the dialysis process?
Sir, short term.
It's only for the short term, right? So whenever
Yes,
you want to purify the blood, we have to go to the hospital or we have to go to the dialysis center and we have to do the process. But it's only a short term solution. If you want to go for the long term solution, now you have to do the kidney transplantation only, right? So you have to identify the suitable matching kidney who is having the healthy person will donate that kidneys. Then we'll transfer that kidneys, and that is only the long term solution for the kidney failure persons. If you don't get the matching kidney, now what we'll do? We'll go for the dialysis process only. Suppose if you can't go for the dialysis process for the longer time, what will happen?
The kidneys will fail.
He will be
Already kidneys will fail, right? The kidneys
Yeah,
fail.
then he'll die. Then he'll die because there's no purification of blood will be happening, right?
Yeah, he will die automatically because if the last lot of waste material is accumulated in the body, now what will happen in the finally?
So
Instead
he'll
of
die.
good, all the waste material will accumulate in his body, so he will die. The body will be swollen and all the things or the symptoms will be shown, right? So if you want our body to work properly, what are the important things? First one is the brain. Second one is the heart,
Brain, liver, heart.
and third one is the excretory system,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Brain
Yes.
is to manage all the body mechanisms and all. Heart
Yeah,
is to pump the
yes.
blood. And after doing all the things, if you don't to excrete the waste material also, it will be affect a lot the body, right? So this is all about the dialysis process.
So, but like every organ is important, like
Yeah,
in its own
every
way.
organism is important its own way. Every organ will have their own functions in the body. I'm not saying that one, but the main things I'm saying, suppose if the heart something has problem, it is there, we cannot um function other organs, right? The heart is the only way to pump the blood to the different parts of the body. Suppose there is a numbness in the hand, without that hand you can live for a longer time, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If you have any hearing problems or the sight problems, you can live for the longer day without that one also, no issue at all. If you have the failure of one kidney also, you can live for the longer time. But if you have the failure of, if you have any hole in the heart or if you have any problem in the brain, this will suffer a lot, right? It will control the whole body mechanisms, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Without one hand also we can live, without two hands also we can live, but without heart, brain, kidneys, liver, etc. we cannot live.
Yeah, but good, you're giving the answers in the background. I want everyone to turn on your cam first. Only Ritvik is good. He's,
Sir, even lungs, right? Lungs.
yeah, lungs also.
Sir, ribcage is there, right?
Each and every part is important only.
Sir, like if ribcage is not there, like if we get small hurt also will die, right? Near the chest.
No, ribcage is only the protective cage for the lungs and the heart, right?
Yes, sir. Like okay, if rib gauge is not there, like if we get a small like hurt in chest also will die, right?
Yeah, but generally we cannot miss the ribcage in the persons. It's an impossible thing only.
Yeah, because it's a bone, right? And
Yeah,
the formation of bone occurs during the 9 months when we are in the womb.
generally we'll say the childs will have the 306 bones around, but after the when you grow into adult now, what are the bones count?
bone count increases.
It will increase or decrease.
No, sir, it will decrease.
Decrease.
All the bones will combine together.
Yeah, it will decrease. The bone number will decrease. The only children will have the more bones than the adults. Okay. So today we will start the new topic, that is the excretion in the animals. Similarly, how the excretion is happening in the human beings, the same way excretion also happened in the animals. But here the main important point is whether the animal is living in the water or on the land. Right. Generally, if you say human beings now, human beings lives only on the land. So excretion process is completely different, and there is a completely different organs are there to do that process, like kidneys, sweat glands, and all. Right. The animals also have the different organs only, but it depends upon the two types, whether the animal is living in the water or living on the surface of the land. Suppose if the animals are living in the water, like aquatic animals, they will excrete their waste material from the body through the diffusion process, right? And they will release directly into the water.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Suppose if the animals living on the land surface, they will excrete in the form of semi-solids, like how
Yes.
the human beings has done. If the animals living in the aquatic life now, they'll excrete in the form of either gaseous or in the liquid form. Understanding? If you take fish, fish will contain so many waste material inside the body. The most common waste material is ammonia. Do you know ammonia?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell any one of you what is the use of ammonia?
Sir, ammonia will use in the cleaning agent.
Sleeping agent? No. Generally, have you listened the word fertilizers?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fertilizer for the plants.
Fertilizers.
Yeah. Generally, ammonia is one of the fertilizer only.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Raghav.
Sir, it is used in wastewater treatment and like making of rubber, paper, and food and beverage product industries also, right?
Yeah, it is one of the important
Yes,
base.
it's used for agriculture fertilizers.
Yeah. It is mainly used for the plants, mineral source for the plants, as well as used in the industries to prepare other chemicals. It is one of the important base in the chemistry. Ammonia.
Okay, sir.
Just remember the formula NH3. Ammonia formula is NH3.
Yes, sir. And ammonium is NH4.
NH4 plus is the ammonium.
Yeah, NH4 plus 1. Yes, sir.
Yeah. That is an ion, right? It will not exist as a neutral molecule, ammonium.
Yeah, yes, sir. We cannot find this ammonia on the periodic table, so we have to like learn the formulas of a few elements like this.
Sir means it is only the ion.
No, there are a lot of ions will be there. Sodium ion will be there, potassium ion, calcium ion, all the things are there. Ion means what? It will carry some charge. Either it can be positive charge or negative charge. Okay. When you are studying the crisscross method, you'll get to know all the things. What is the ion? What is the cation? What is the anion? What is the radical? These things. Maybe in class 8, you'll get these topics. Don't worry about that. Okay. Or if you have the enough time in the end of these topics, I will teach you again those topics also. Okay. So ammonia general formula is NH3. That is the most common waste material present in the animals which are living in the water. So it will release in the form of gaseous state. But if you take the land animals like lizards or the birds or the snakes, the most common waste material is again the urea only. Okay. In the case of human beings, will release in the form of liquid form, that is the urine. Okay, but in the case of these lizards, snakes, birds, they will release in the form of semi-solids as the facious things. So it is also contained the urea. Have you listened the word whenever the lizards faces fall on the skin, it will cause the damage on the skin.
Sir?
Suppose if the lizards faces falls on the skin of the persons, it will damage, right?
I don't know about that.
Okay. Generally because it will contain the uric acid. So what is the nature of the acid? It will damage the parts wherever you have to store them, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So generally these animals which are living on the surface of the land will excrete in the form of semi-solids as the excretory products. So children, what is the main common waste material in that? Again, the urea. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes.
sir.
So if you take the amoeba and paramecium, have you listened these terms? Amoeba and
Yeah,
paramecium.
yes, sir. Yes. Can
Yes, sir.
sir, can I tell how excretion happens in amoeba?
Yeah, 1 minute, Raghav. But what about the remaining people? Everybody be active in the class. I can hear only the response
Yes, sir.
from
Can you
two or
hear me?
Yes, sir. Amoeba is a unicellular organism.
very good.
Sir,
Sir, and its base and all vacuole is present in it. Since it's unicellular, it doesn't have any organ system like excretory system, nerve system developed in it because it's only one single cell. And in that, small vacuoles are present, sir, like the food vacuole. Mostly food vacuoles are present, and once its vacuole called the contractile vacuole is present in it, sir. Now, what that vacuole does is it will absorb all the waste from the cytoplasm. Now, yeah, from cytoplasm of the cell, sir. As it is a single cell, it has cytoplasm, and it will absorb all the waste products, which is ammonia, and it will absorb all of that. It will absorb the excess water also. Since it lives in fresh ponds, lakes, and all, it absorbs a lot of water. So, because it has to move by spreading its pseudopodia also, it will absorb a lot of water, and that water is also collected by the contractile vacuole, and that vacuole, in order to expel, it moves to like the cell wall, and there it like just expels it in the surroundings. So that's how the excretion happens in amoeba.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Sir?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I was telling yes. I was responding, sir, from before.
Mama.
Yeah, Ritvik and both Ritviks are responding. Harini is responding, Raghav is responding, and sometimes
Yes,
Gauri.
sir. No, sir. I thought you couldn't hear me.
I can hear you, but the remaining people is not at all responding.
Okay, sir.
What about Satvika, Jade, Mahavir, Ahana, Shiva Pranav? Hmm? Ahana, Susti. Nowadays, Susti is not at all listening the. Sorry. You have any background noise? Hello?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Just wait.
No,
We
yes,
are able
sir.
to hear in some background.
Yeah, wait a minute, please.
No, not sir.
Everyone, please read that paragraphs, okay? There is some disturbances there in the background. Okay?
Yes, sir, we'll go through the part.
Okay. So this is the expression in the case of animals. So till now we have discussed only about the plants on sorry, animals only. What is the excretory system, what is the circulatory system and all from starting onwards. So now we are going into the plants. So the same way how the animals are conducting the air from one place to other place, how it is transporting the air and food from one place to other place, the same way the plants also will transport the water from
Yes,
soil
water
to the
and
leaves.
Minerals to their roots and transport it to
Yeah.
their leaves,
So the
sir.
same
In
way
the
the
process
plants
of
will
xylem, sir.
yeah, the same way the plants will also
they,
transport the water from the roots to the leaves, and again the food will transport from the plant leaves to the different parts of the plants.
Yes,
So
sir.
all these
Sir,
will happen only with the help of the
the transport material.
Xylem.
Sir, the transport materials in plants carried out by two types, sir. There are tissues called xylem and phloem.
phloem. Okay, good. So let me explain the complete things and I will ask you what is your opinion about that. Okay. So you know better things first about the plants. The
Yes,
plant
sir.
is the only thing which will prepare the food on their own. Most of the all the plants. Again, in animals also only one or two are there, like green algae and all. But primarily we are completely depending upon the plants for the food source, right? Yes or no?
Yes,
We are
sir.
indirectly or directly depending only on the plants for our food. Without plants, we cannot get the food at all. First thing, right? Again, the plants are also called as an autotrophs. They will prepare the food with the help of the photosynthesis process in the leaves. But can anyone of you tell me what is the photosynthesis process? I'll ask you, okay? I'll ask you.
Sir, okay, so sir will raise
I'll
our
call
hand.
you. Yeah, you just raise your hands. I will call you one by one. First, I want the answer from Satvika. Satvika. Next, Rusti. What is the photosynthesis?
Or can I tell?
Wait, wait. What is photosynthesis process?
Sir, transforming sunlight to food, like
Transforming.
the energy of sunlight rays into food for the plant.
Okay, good. Transforming the energy in the form from sunlight to the food
Food.
energy. But what are the important conditions are required for the photosynthesis?
Carbon dioxide, oxygen.
Good.
No, sir, it doesn't take all.
Wait.
Sorry,
It takes.
Voice remaining,
carbon
please be quiet. Let her give the answer.
carbon dioxide plus sunlight plus
Okay. That's all. Okay, what about Srusti? Srusti? Next, Ahana Singh.
Sir, it's the process where the plants use sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide to give oxygen and energy in the form of starch.
Excuse me, sir, you're on mute.
Sorry. Yeah, what is the answer?
Yes, sir. Sir, photosynthesis is the process of synthesizing food by the plants, sir, by simple inorganic substances like carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, and chlorophyll, sir.
Sir, the process of making food by the by plants using the carbon dioxide, sunlight, and water is known as photosynthesis.
Sir, and when it after the food, it'll release like glucose and 6 molecules of oxygen, sir, and that will be absorbed by the atmosphere. And if the food which the plant prepares is like somewhat leftover, it will transform it to starch, sir, and store it in the stem.
Sir, can I tell one thing?
NEET plants prepare their own food in the sense of carbon dioxide, air, sunlight.
Sorry.
Not in the sense of India.
Sunlight also.
Sir, can I tell you how photosynthesis was coined?
Yeah.
Sir, actually, the term photosynthesis was coined by an American botanist named Charles Reid in 1893.
Good. Okay.
He's a botanist, sir. Means he will search on plants and microorganisms, how they will present in the plants. Means how they will work in plants.
Okay, good. So we are discussing about the transpiration of substance in the plants. Now to prepare the food in the leaves, the plants it required carbon dioxide gas as well as the water, right?
Yeah,
These
sir.
two,
Even sunlight and oxygen.
yeah, these two are compulsory required for the preparation of food in the leaves. So it will take the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. The leaves will take the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere with the help of stomata spore openings, and it will take the water from the soil. Then how the water will come from the soil to the leaves of the plant? It is carried with the help of the tissue collagen xylem. What is the name?
Sir, xylem and food is transported through phloem.
Yeah, so it is okay. So first we'll take the water from the soil to the leaves with the help of the tissues, bundle of vessels, collagen tissues. These are collagen xylem vessels. Okay. Okay, one more thing. Suppose whenever there is a pressure difference only is there, or the water content difference only there, the water will move from one place to other place, right? Can we allow the water to move from lower level to higher level without any application, without any other force?
Uh,
Is
no,
it
sir.
possible? Water
we
can fall from higher region to the lower region, or
yeah,
higher
what
altitude to the lower altitude. There is no issue. But water cannot move on its own from lower altitude to higher altitude, right?
yes, sir.
Yeah, except Raghav, any one of you can know the reason. What is it? What is the force behind that water is flowing from the roots to the leaves?
Sir, water is going to make the food, sir, in leaves.
Yeah, that is what I'm asking you. There is some force should be there, right? To move the movement for the movement of water
Yeah,
from
sir.
the
Sir,
soil to the leaves.
xylem, sir. The tube-like structures, xylem.
No, I think you didn't understand my question. There should be some force which will make the water to move from soil to the leaves of the plant. What is that force name? Whether you got my question first?
Sir, no, sir. Again, can you repeat?
No, sir.
Sir, can I tell, sir? Ritvik, there should be some kind of force acting on water, because if we take a pipe just like the xylem, and we want the water from down to go up, and we keep the water down and keep the pipe on it, the water won't go up, right? Some kind of force should be pushing it upwards, right? Now there is some kind of force over here. Now what is that? What is the name of the force? The sir is
Transpiration pull? Sir?
Sorry.
Sir, is it transpiration pull?
Transpirational pull. Okay, similar to that only. It's the suction force.
Okay, means that causes the water to move up, right?
You know the transpiration process, right?
Yeah, sir.
What is the meaning of transpiration?
Sir, like
Evaporation of the water?
transporting.
No.
Yeah, sir. Transporting water and minerals to the leaves.
No.
no, sir. Sir, can I tell?
Transpiration. Yeah. Raghav, what is the answer? Transpiration?
Sir, it is like when the leaves, after they finish the process of photosynthesis, sir, we can, if we keep our hand on top of the leaf, we can feel some kind of like gas coming out of it. It's nothing but water vapor, sir, and that water vapor coming out of the leaf is called transpiration.
Okay. So remaining people, you can see the definition of the transpiration process. The process of evaporation of water through the stomata present on the surface of the leaves is called as transpiration. Generally, simple term is evaporation of the water from the leaves through the stomatal opening is called as transpiration. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Remaining people, turn on your cam. Are you understanding what I'm saying today?
Yeah, sir. Actually, I have a device problem, sir.
Okay. What about the Ahana, Shiva?
Sir, I'll on in 2 minutes, sir.
Jait, Gohit, Srasti, Ritvik, Nimala.
Sir, I'm actually having few internet issues today, sir.
What about Mahavir? Mahavir. So see, your interior is very good. You can see two lights.
Sir, I was using Wi-Fi now, sir. Now I'm using mobile data.
Okay, but
Sir,
we
once
asked
you
you,
show
we
your
asked you to turn on the cam, not to show the
Sir.
interior on the top of it. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So keep the camera in the proper way. So Ritik, Nimala, Jait, Ahana, turn on your cam. Is it clear? The transpiration process, the process of evaporation of the water through the
Sir,
stomata
means
presence of the
water gets continuously evaporated through stomata.
through the stomata of the leaves. So whenever the water is evaporating from the leaves, again the water is the restoring of water should be done in the leaves, right? The restoration has to happen. So how this restoration will happen? It will set the water from the roots of the plants. So that is only called as a suction pull or the suction force. Understanding?
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
So this is the
Sir.
force which will, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, nothing, sir.
Okay. So suction pull or the suction force which will help the water to flow from the roots of the plants to the leaves. How the suction pull is formed because of the transpiration process. Clear now?
Yes, sir. Successful.
Yeah, again we'll discuss the topic. So photosynthesis, what is the equation part? 6CO2 plus 6H2O. In the
Sir,
presence
carbon
chlorophyll.
dioxide plus water plus glucose plus oxygen.
In the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight will produce glucose.
Yeah.
What is the formula for glucose? C6H12O6.
Sir,
That is the
glucose.
yeah.
C6H12O6 plus 6O2 oxygen.
C6H12O6. I'll ask you that formula in tomorrow's class also. What is the formula for glucose? What is the formula?
Sir, C6H12O6.
Do you know the sugar which you'll use in our home? What's the
Yeah,
formula for?
sir. It contains starch. Glucose.
It will not
So
contain
there are actually
glucose.
different types of sugar, sir, like maltose, glucose, and all.
Yeah, sir. Maltose means sugar
Sugar.
patients and
But fructose is also there. Sir. No, not fructose, sucrose. I mean.
Fructose is there, sucrose is there. What is the
liquid
sugar we
salt
are
is the
using?
common salt we will use.
Wait,
And-
please.
Sugar, sorry.
So whatever the sugar we are commonly using in our homes is the sucrose.
Glucose. Sir,
Sucrose.
it contains glucose.
It is not about the glucose. 1 minute, please. Yeah, sorry. So whatever the sugar we are using in our home, generally it is a sucrose. It is generally the double of glucose. Like the formula is C12H22O11.
Sir, it is just like almost the double of the C6H12O6, but the last 6 is 11. We have to add.
Last 6 is 11 and H is also 22 only, not 24. C12
Yeah, 20.
H22O11. That is the formula for the sucrose, which we'll use commonly as a sugar in our home.
Sir, C12H22O11.
O11. Okay. So any doubts about this photosynthesis process still?
No, sir.
No, we don't know.
Okay. So just Swastik, can you read this paragraph? Transpiration of water and minerals.
Sir, can I?
Sir, Shiva, can I?
Yeah, Shiva.
The plant root absorbs the water of minerals from the soil. The root process of which here increase the surface of the root absorb on the water and mineral nutrient. What is the dissolved in the water? It moves from the root up
up to the stem of the leaf through the tube-like tissue called xylem.
Okay, okay. So, what is the important points mentioned in this paragraph? The plants will absorb the water and the mineral from the soils that we already discussed. But when you take the roots, again, the different types of roots are there. Fibrous roots and the normal
And
roots
taproot
and all.
system.
Tap roots will be there. Again, in the
Sir,
tap roots,
excuse me, sir.
yeah.
Sir, fibrous root system, you can also call it as adventitious root system also, right?
Yeah, yeah. So again,
Okay, sir.
but most of the plants will have the taproot system. That means one parent root will be there. Along with that root, again the root hair will be there.
Yes, sir. One large root in the center, sir, primary root. And it is mostly present in vegetables like carrot.
Most of the plants will contain the taproot system only. Which are the plants is growing very tall in the right height, they'll contain the taproot system only mostly. The only grasses will have the fibrous root. Okay, so again it will have the root hair. What is the root hair? The small thin roots along the main root is called as a root hair. Okay, which will increase the surface area for the absorption of water and the minerals. Whenever the root hair is more, it will have the more surface area. More surface area, it will absorb more amount of water and the minerals from the soil. It will cover the larger distance in that area. So all these will move from the roots to the stem, to the leaves with the help of the vessels called as an xylem. Clear this paragraph? Each and every word?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next, Srusti, can you read that absorption?
Yes, sir.
Read the next paragraph.
Absorption and flow of water is continuous process through the xylem tissue. Xylem tissue are the continuous network of channels which connect roots to the leaves to the stem and branches. It thus transport water and minerals to the leaf of the entire plant.
Good. So what you got from this? Whatever the tissues are there, which are transporting from the roots to the leaves, or the continuous network tissues will be there. Always the process continuous throughout the day and the night. It will happen, right? That's what is explained in this paragraph. That is all about the water and the minerals transporting from the roots to the leaves. Then what is the next one? After the transpiration is done to the leaves will prepare the food on their own with the help of the sunlight and the chlorophyll. Then whatever the food formed in the leaves has to be traveled to the different parts of the plant. Okay.
Yes, so that food is transported by another tissue called phloem tissue, sir.
And what is the process name?
Sir, it's called translocation.
The process name is called as an translocation. That means transporting of the food materials from the leaves to the different parts of the plant.
So the food prepared in the leaves
It's called as a translocation.
So the food prepared in the leaves is transported from the leaves to the other body parts is called translation.
Okay, so don't confuse the terms transpiration, translocation, and all. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So the phloem consists of vessels that are known as a sieve tubes. What is the name? One more nickname?
Sir, sieve
tubes.
Sieve tubes. Whatever the phloem tubes are there, right? Which will transport the food from the leaves to the different parts of the plant. These are called as in sieve tubes.
Yes, sir. And those sieve tubes are like already the phloem is really small, sir, and there'd be like a cap sort of thing on top of it, and when we see that from the above through the electron microscope, sir, we will see like there are many pores on it, but actually they are the sieve tubes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, one more thing. The complete phloem and the xylem will call as a complete one tissue. What is the tissue? Name?
Osmosis.
All combination of
vascular tissue. Yes, sir.
Combination of xylem as well as the phloem tissue is called as an vascular bundles or the conducting tissues.
Yes, sir.
See, today nobody is responding except 3 or 4 people. I'll ask you the questions in the end of the class.
Okay,
No,
sir.
sir.
Sir, I'm responding, sir.
Everybody's ready, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir, we have to keep it in the chat.
Sorry.
Not in chat. We should keep it.
Okay.
Sir, in chat or
The chat.
Sir is asking we should keep in chat.
Okay. We'll see at the time. So any doubts up to this? What is the vascular bundles or conducting tissues?
No, sir.
Translocation.
No doubts.
Why they are calling only as the sieve tubes? What is a sieve? Have you seen the sieve?
Sir, yes, sir. The sieve is like like consist of many small pores, and we use it to separate small things, right?
Okay.
What, sir? Can you repeat it?
In the class 6, you'll study some separation techniques, right?
Sir, can you repeat it
Yeah,
again?
yes, sir. One of them is using the sieve only. A large sieve is present, and we used to separate a few small particles like from sand and all.
Sir, what is ascent of sap, sir?
What is it?
Ascent of sap. Ascent of sap.
Sorry.
Ascent of sap.
Can you type it in the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, we cannot see the message, right?
Yeah, I will send to you. Sir, ascent of sap. అది గ్రామ్ కు ఒక బిల్ ఉంటుంది కదా
Sap.
ascent of sap.
Okay, wait a minute.
The spelling is ASCENT.
Ascent of sap. Okay. So generally we said the xylem tissues, right? Movement of the water from the roots to the leaves because of one type of force. That movement is called as an ascent of sap. What is the translocation? Opposite of translocation. Translocation means movement of the food from the leaves to the different parts of the body. Ascent of sap means movement of the water from roots to the leaves. That is the ascent of trap. The process name.
Okay.
Ascent of sap. Good. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, there is some network issue is there. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Clear now up to this? So last topic in this chapter is the transpiration process.
Read it.
Yes.
Satvika. Satvika.
For another half, can I?
Wait, I'll give you a chance. First, we'll call the persons who is not at all responding in the class. She's not there. Mahavir.
Yes, sir.
Can you read the paragraph?
Yes, sir.
Transpiration paragraph.
The process of evaporation of water through the stomata present on the surface of the leaves is called transpiration. The continuous evaporation of water from the leaves produces an upward pull called a suction force. This force pulls the water from root upward through the stem, branches, and finally to the leaves. Through respiration, though respiration causes loss of water from the plants, still it is a necessary process for plants due to the following reasons. Suction pull causes due to the evaporation of water helps to draw water to a great height in tall trees. It produces a cooling effect on the plant and therefore prevents the plant from damage caused by heat of sunlight. It also helps in transport of water and minerals to the leaves for performing photosynthesis in them. The rate of transpiration increases in a hot sunny day or in moving air. This happens because the heat from the sun or moving air causes evaporation of water at a faster rate from the stomata.
Okay, good. So transpiration means what? Evaporation of the water from the surface of the leaves with the help of the stomatal openings is called as a transpiration. So again, the water can be restored in the leaves with the help of the force called as in suction force or the suction pull, which will help in the taking of the water from the roots to the different leaves with the help of the stem and the xylem vessels. So again, the three important points are there. What are the three important points? So due to this transpiration process only, the water will flow continuously from the roots to the leaves. That's the first one. Second one, it will provide the cooling effect on the plants. Therefore, it will prevent the plants from the damaging caused by the heat of the sunlight. The next point is important, right? During the hot summer day, the plant should not get any damage on their leaves. If the damage is happening on the leaves now, the photosynthesis will not happen. Again, it will have the healthy, as it will have the effects on the healthy of the plant, right? So this evaporation will provide the cooling effect to the plant. So it will prevent the damage caused by the heat of the sunlight. The third point is what? Due to the transpiration only, this photosynthesis process also will be happening because of continuation of the movement of the water from the roots to the leaves. Okay, and the last paragraph, what it is saying, this transpiration process is very high in the case of hot sunny days. That means lot of water will be loosened by the plants on the summer days than the winter or the rainy season. That means more evaporation will take place during the hot climate time, and the less evaporation will take place during the winter or the rainy time. That's what is explained, right? Clear? Any doubts in this?
Yes, sir, not clear.
So with this, we have finished this topic completely, the transpiration in the plants and animals.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now you tell me what's your doubts.
Sir, next we will discuss reproduction of plants.
Sorry?
Reproduction of plants.
Okay. We'll discuss it on what are the topics left and